Thank you. Senator Murray, I want to thank you for your leadership on this. You've appropriately stated that in some states there is a reliance, there's a recognition that without our ferry systems, in Alaska we call it our marine highway system, we wouldn't have a connection between communities. When I was a young girl growing up, my first memories of how you got around were on a ferry boat. I didn't live in a community that was connected by road, and didn't for many years. I thought everybody traveled to other communities by a ferry. Occasionally an airplane, but mostly it was the ferries. I've also learned, as we have been working on this, the aging ferry systems that we deal with up in Alaska. We've got 11 of our ferries, and 4 of them are over 45 years old. Well, being just a hair over that myself, I can understand where you need to do a little reconstruction work every now and again, and whether it's on your knee or on your ferry boat, we've got some improvements that need to be made. This legislation will help states like Alaska, states like Washington, other states that rely on ferries, rely on their marine highway system, allow them an opportunity to use these federal funds to help with the maintenance efforts and to help us build out our systems. In my state, there's some 30 communities that are reliant on the Alaska Marine Highway system. It's 3,000 miles of system. So we do some traveling there. But roads for us are not an option. And so when we think about how we provide for a level of commerce, whether it's students moving from one community to play a basketball game, or moving groceries from town to another, or just taking your family to an airport so that they can fly out of the state, we rely on this as our transportation system. So what we're looking at with what can be made available through this legislation is increased funding for our ferry system. The state of Alaska has started their new vessel replacement program. It's called the Alaska Class. So this funding could help us enormously with the costs of replacing an aging Alaska fleet. The parameters of the legislation, as Senator Murray has outlined, in establishing a ferry joint program office within DOT to promote and coordinate federal programs that are affecting our ferries, the Clean Fuels Grant, which I think is a great aspect of the legislation, the creation of a National Ferry Transportation Institute. These are all quite significant as we look to continue a level of transportation in areas that are reliant on our waters. So what we're looking at today from Alaska's perspective is an opportunity to provide for the money, the replacement of our ferry vessels and our terminals, maintenance and operation of our marine highway system. I am delighted to be a co-sponsor of this with Senator Murray. Look forward to working with the congressman and also Alaska's Congressman Young, in advancing this very important legislation. Thank you.